Hey Pilates people, my name is Jessica. Welcome to my channel, Connect and Move. I have for you today a fun reformer class. We will be using the box, which you will definitely need, and the magic circle for part of the class. The magic circle you could probably get away with not having. Maybe you could use a ball or just imagine it's there, but you'll definitely need the box for today. We're gonna be starting on 2 mediums and a heavy. So for balanced body, that's 2 reds and a green. And please, as always, honor your body, okay? So if you need to make adjustments with springs, maybe adjusting your body, foot position, all the things, right? Please do so. We're gonna start off with some footwork. So all 10 toes are on heels together, toes apart. Take a moment here to just find some deep breaths into your ribs. Feel that opening across your chest, and as you exhale, feel your tailbone stretch further away, but also allow the ribs to soften into the mat. A couple more deep breaths here. Just feel the reach out through the crown of your head. All 10 fingers press down into the mat. Maybe a little external rotation of those upper arm bones, and start to lift those heels up just like maybe halfway between super high and super low. Every toe pad is connected. And now exhale out all of your breath here, maybe feeling your stomach kick on a bit. And then inhale as you press the carriage all the way out, and then exhale to pull yourself home. I always like to take the first few reps of anything to just feel that I'm centered, right? That my dominant side isn't kicking on, right? So I've got equal work happening between both sides. Allow your neck to relax. Think of those palms staying suction cupped to the mat, right? So you should be feeling maybe some back of the arms, upper back here. Let's do 3 and 2. Of course, holding that natural neutral in your spine, coming all the way in. Let's come onto the arches, hip socket distance apart. Equally wrap the toes and heels around, but maybe send your focus to your heels just a bit more. I personally forget about it a lot. Pull down on the foot bar, then press the carriage out, and then drag the carriage in like a hamstring curl. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, pull yourself home. Right? Imagine you had no springs on, right? And you had to drag the carriage all the way in. Even though the legs are apart, you're still thinking of them hugging in. And that sensation of the mat to your back should be the same when the carriage is out and in. Let's do 2. And last one, come all the way in. Let's go heels on. Flex your feet, but now leave the bottoms of your feet on that imaginary wall, and then press the carriage out. Just check your feet, make sure that they didn't come with you, and then bend the knees, come all the way home. So this just more mimics a squat that you would do standing up on the floor. And then without letting the knees bow or shift, can you find just a hair more weight into that inner edge of your heel? I find a lot of people, right, we forget about it. Again, myself included. Neck is still long here. Collarbones should still feel like they're pulling apart. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Bring it in halfway, little pulses here. Send your focus to your butt creases. All right, so think of that as initiating the press out, and then almost as them acting as brakes when you bring that carriage in for that inch. Let's do 3, 2, 1. You go all the way out, and then resist to come all the way back in. Back onto the arches. Wrap the heels down and under, press the carriage out, or sorry, in halfway, and then do those little pulses out an inch, right? It's a push-pull here. Focus more on the back of the legs here. Still breathing. You've got 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out and then drag it all the way in. Now hold here, right? Carriage is gonna stay in. Give me a little tuck of your hips. Find your tailbone just barely hovering off of the mat. Even if your cheeks are still touching, right? No worries. And then just round down, roll those last couple vertebrae down. Let's do that again. Curl the tailbone under. Little hover of those last couple vertebrae. And then roll back down, right? So ribs should still stay down. little hover of your tailbone. Now, can you keep that tiny hover and then press the carriage out, 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 and then drag it back in, right? So I don't necessarily like the feeling when I go legs straight, so I'm just gonna go out like 3/4 of the way and then drag it back in, right? If you can go straight legs, do it. There you go, you're still pulling down on that foot bar. Pubic bone should feel like it's curling back towards your navel. Are you feeling some back of the leg, maybe some booty engagement? Let's do 3 and 2. And last one, drag it all the way in and then lengthen to come all the way down. Let's come back down to that first position, all 10 toes on, heels together, toes apart. Press the carriage out just halfway. We gotta do those little pulses here. So feel like those inner ankle bones are hugging in, and there's something very important between those heels. Relax the neck, right? That's always a cue for me personally. And then go ahead and press it all the way out to straight legs. And now can you get taller as your heels start to drop and push under? And now hold here. Can you actively flex your feet and maybe go a little bit further and then lift the heels up? You lower down the back of the thighs, reach the heels under, and then lift the heels up. And feel as though those upper thigh bones are trying to roll away from one another as you try to keep the heels together. Tailbone is still heavy. You're still trying to hold that neutral spine. Last one here, lift the heels up high, separate the heels so everybody's now in parallel. We're gonna play with the tempo. You're gonna lower down and lift up, lower down and lift. So even though we're on a heavier spring, it's very easy to just drop, right? It is a flex and a point. Flex and a point. Whew. Still have energy down and out through the arms. Toes are reaching up and over. I am feeling some stuff down there. You have 3, up, 2, up. Last one here, lift up, bend the knees, come all the way home. Shake it out. Straighten the legs over the foot bar here. Zip the legs up together, press the legs down, reach the arms up to the ceiling, take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, you're just gonna roll yourself up, do what you gotta do to get up here. And then let's grab onto that magic circle. And then reach the ring out in front of you, right? Give me a gentle press here and then just roll yourself down. Watch out for those shoulder blocks. All right. So bring your knees into your chest, so we're kind of up into a tabletop position. And so the ring is just above your chest here, all right? So feel this kind of reach of the ring and the hands up to the ceiling, and then just a softening down through the sternum and ribs. Take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, you're just gonna gently press in on the ring, emptying the lungs. Inhale, you release. Exhale, gentle press in on the ring. Maybe feel that upper back open up a bit more. And then inhale, release. As you do this, legs are just staying super glued together so the inner thighs are at the party. Right, all body all the time, why not? Exhale, empty the lungs, squeeze, 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 squeeze. All right, so now we're gonna add on. If it's available, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. The ring comes more over the shins now. Bring your right knee into your chest as your left leg straightens out. Take another big breath in. And then on your exhale, squeeze in on the ring. Maybe pull that right knee in a little bit closer. Inhale as you switch. Exhale, squeeze in on the ring. Pull that left knee in closer, closer, closer. So very slow with these single leg stretches. Neck is long. Collarbone is open. And you can always do this with your head down. Know that. Scrape those legs together as they pass. And exhale, exhale, exhale. One more each side. Pull that knee in, in, in. Last one. Reach that opposite leg away. Beautiful. Everything comes down. Take the ring in between your ankles. Grab onto the back of the legs. Press the legs into the hands and try to roll up into your upper ab curl. Once again, head can stay down, all right? So feel this connection of the pushing of the legs into the hands and the pulling back with the arms. Now from here, just start to straighten the legs out as your hands kind of glide down the back of your legs, and then hold here. Push the legs down and away. Feel the stomach kick on a bit more. And then bend the knees back in, hands kind of glide back up. You're just holding onto the ring with your legs. Press the legs out and away, hands kind of glide down, hold onto the back of the legs. And now can you keep this chest lift as you bend the knees all the way in, hands glide back up. Let's play some more. Legs go out, hands glide down. Now can you keep this little chest lift? Left arm goes back, right arm goes back. Arms go out to the side, then to your thighs, and then drag everything back in. Whew, hang in there. Reach the legs out and away. All right, right arm goes back, left arm goes back. Arms open out to the side, then to your thighs, and then drag everything back in. One more here. You guys got this. Press the legs out and away. Arms go back. Hold here. Give me little squeezes on that circle. This comes from your upper thigh bones. Remember, you can always grab onto the legs, right, to assist. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms circle around, then to your thighs, and then come all the way back in. Hoping you felt things there. All right, so ring into your hands. Reach it up above your chest. Straighten the legs up to the ceiling and pause here. Really work this long reach of the toes and the anchoring down through your tailbone. Again, chest can be up or down. Take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, I want you to pull that right leg straight back towards the ring, and then inhale, release. Exhale, pull the leg straight back to the ring, and release. You got it. Pull the leg back and back to center. Now, if you're finding this is too easy, maybe reach the ring further back, and then you do that little reverse scissor. Should feel like you're scraping the toes across the ceiling. Hang in there. How you feeling? Check your neck, check your shoulders. 4, 4, and 3. Get that leg straighter as it comes to you. 2. Last one here. Beautiful. Bend everything back in. Now take the ring to the outside of the ankles. If your head's going to stay down on this, feel free to grab onto the shoulder blocks or the pegs, right, to give yourself some support. If you're choosing that head, neck, and shoulder lift, hands can go behind the base of your skull. Push the head into your hands. Legs go straight up to the ceiling. Let's everybody flex your feet now. Pull your heels apart so much you feel like you're going to break your ring. Now push the legs down and away, and then lift the legs up. Inhale to send the legs away, and then exhale to lift up. Your tailbone stays heavy. Reach the heels away, and exhale to lift. You got it. Reach, 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 reach. Pull those pinky toes back. 2 more here. I am feeling things today. Last one, we're going to stay out there and hold. Go down to your working angle. Point the toes, flex your feet. Point the toes, flex your feet. Whoa, that is deep in my stomach. We have 3 and 2. And last one, bring the legs up first. Bend the knees in. Take your feet wide onto the foot bar here and drop your knees off to the right. You can do away with your ring and then over to the left. All right, make sure your headrest is all the way down. Maybe shimmy away from the blocks just a bit. And then let's go heels on, wide, like 80 shoulder pad distance wide. All right, so a healthy distance on your heels. Press down into the arms, take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, start to roll the hips up. Find the top of your bridge today and just pause at the top. Just relax the throat, relax the chest, and then feel that drag of the carriage home as you round down, lengthen down, roll down. Now, if articulation doesn't feel good for you, right, go for more of a flat back hinge, okay? You're still working length. Again, roll the tailbone under, peel the hips up, pubic bone is higher than your 2 hip points, and then just lengthen all the way down. Again, roll the hips up, arms get longer, come all the way up to your bridge and pause here. I want you to bring the knees together and then open the knees wide. We bring the knees together and open the knees wide. You're just swiveling on your heels. So we're going from internal to external rotation. And if you're super tight in your back and in your hips, I really want you to focus more on that internal rotation. Still go to external, right? But really work that squeeze of the thighs and the knees together. Check your neck. Still have downward energy through the arms. Should be feeling some stuff back there. We got 3 and 2 and 1. Find that start position and just round down through the spine, go all the way down. Grab that magic circle once again, come back to arches, hip socket, distance apart. So just like we do with our double leg kicks, I want you to reach the toes up and over like they could touch the floor at the end of your reformer, okay? Reach the arms up to the ceiling above your chest, all right? Find a gentle press into the ring. And then from here, let's do a flat back hinge. Drive the hips up again, right? Again, to your working angle. And then just lower the hips all the way down. Let's take an inhale here at the bottom. And then as you exhale, you press up, but also press in on the ring. Inhale, release the ring. Inhale, lower the hips down. Now we're gonna add some arms. So as you come up, press the ring into the thighs and create some resistance, like you're lifting up into resistance, and then lower the hips down, arms come back up. You got it. Hips drive up, press the ring down, fingertips reach past your knees, and then hips come down, arms come up. Again, drive up, hold up here. I lost my toe connection. Can you reach the toes up and over that foot bar? I'm gonna ask you another question. Can you keep the ring connected to both thighs as you straighten your right leg out and away? You're gonna hold 2, 3, lower the foot down. Same thing on the other side. Left leg goes out, right? We're trying to just hold these level hips. So challenging. And then down. One more each side, hang in there. Right leg reaches away, press down, but lift up, woo, and down. How about that carriage? Is it quiet and steady? Oh, mine's not. And then bring it down and then roll all the way down. Arms come up, hips lower down. So just take the ring off to the side for a moment. Come into this prayer position. So soles of the feet together at the very least, right? It'll be your heels. So knees are reaching wide and down, arms are into the mat. And then from here, give yourself a little tuck of the pelvis, press the heels together, and maybe you lift up high into a bridge, maybe it's a baby bridge, and then just roll back down. What I really want you finding is just an inner thigh stretch. So let's do that again. Drive the heels together, and then you can even take your hands on your thighs and just kind of rock them back and forth and just get some tractioning. And then find center and just roll back down. Let's just do that one more time here. Press down, you lift up, do that little rock back and forth if you'd like. Keep driving the heels together. Find center and then lower all the way down. All right, straighten the legs out. Zip up through the inner thighs, reach the arms up to the ceiling, and then roll yourself all the way up. And then pause at the top, grab onto something, legs, foot bar, and just round forward. Getting a stretch. You can even do a little point and flex. All right, from here, 2 medium springs. So pop off that heavy, 2 medium springs. You're gonna lie back and you're gonna place the ring. Let's go between the ankles. We'll just stay with the ring for this. So between the ankles, you're gonna reach back for your long loops. Now, if you feel that you want more tension, you can always grab onto the short loops. So find a gentle hug in on the ring. Legs are up into tabletop here. Fists are punching up to the ceiling just over your shoulders. Now, feel that your tailbone is heavy, your ribs are drawing down into the mat, and with strong straight arms, lower the arms all the way down and pause here. Can you dig your knuckles into the mat, but also get the entire back of the arm into the mat? Right, it's a struggle bus for me. Float the arms all the way back up and then lower the arms all the way back down. Reach, 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 and then arms come back up. Again, arms come down and then pause once again at the bottom. Make your arms so long that you feel your shoulders pull away from the blocks, but now keep that space as the arms come back up. Strong grip with the hands, even your pinkies. And of course, if that doesn't agree with you, right, please go for the long fingertips. I just like the grip because we lose our grip strength as we get older. And I want to be able to get into things. All right, last one here. Lower the arms all the way down. If it's available, you're gonna come back up into that chest lift. Arms have to get longer if you're here. Now from here, bring your knees into your chest. Exhale out all of your breath. And then inhale, send the legs away. And then exhale, come all the way. And let's find a little bit of a turnout. Inhale, send the legs away. And then exhale, hug everything back in. Inhale away. And exhale, hug everything back in. Whew, inhale away. Arms get longer as the knees come in. Now send the legs out and away, pause. Can you give me little pulses in on that ring? Just come in from those thigh bones. Whew. Keep reaching out through the toes and the fists. You have 2, 1, bend everything back in. One more here, hang in there. You guys got this. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend everything back in, arms come up, hang up the straps. All right, ring, take it away. Oh, you feel those inner thighs yet? Oh yeah. Go ahead and roll yourself up. We are gonna come to one blue spring. So, right, it's a blue for me, a light spring, okay? A light spring. Leave the foot bar up and you're gonna grab your box. If I'm standing at the end of my reformer, I'm gonna place my box to my left side. All right, it is flush up against your reformer. Come up standing here. Now, please be careful, it's on a light spring. So I'm gonna step my left foot back so my heel is not quite all the way up, kind of 3/4 of the way distance. Now make sure that your right foot and ankle is flush up against your reformer here. Now if you've got one of these that's on the floor, right, you probably won't be using the box, you could probably just stand on the floor, okay? So try to get your thighs to where they're somewhat in line with one another, not super far off. And then just pause here for a moment, feel that inner thigh connection, feel your tailbone lengthen, and you do whatever makes you feel happy with your arms. As you press the carriage back, bend into that forward knee and just pause here. Just check things, right? Make sure the hips aren't doing, you know, shimmy shaking all over the place. And then just stand it back up. Press the carriage back. You're trying to get this back leg straight, right? I'm so tight, it's probably not happening. And then just bring the carriage all the way back in. Right, you always have this option with the arms, right? They can go behind your head. And each time you come in, think of your legs as like a pair of scissors, right? They're pulling and zippering up to that start position, right? They go out into resistance and then they pull in, right? It's just like you're going up front on the chair. Now when you go down into your lunge, I want you to find a forward lean. So it's just a hinge forward with a flat back. And then as you stand back up, you come into that upright position. You're gonna lunge down, find that forward lean, and then come all the way up. This, whether you feel it or not, right, I'm trying to get you a little bit more into your right butt cheek, maybe like the right back of the leg there. Are you starting to feel some things? Once again, right, you can do whatever you'd like with these arms. Some days I feel fancy, some days I just like to keep them on my hips. Let's do 2. Starting to feel that hip. Last one here. All right, so you're gonna hold in this lunge. Now, without moving the carriage, I want you to just lift your chest up and then just lower your chest back down. It's a hinge up and a down. That's it. This might be a bigger, smaller movement for you, doesn't matter, but I am feeling my right seat and hip light up right now. Let's do 2. Last one, find somewhere in that middle section, right? Either not too far forward, not too far up. Scooter that back leg in and out. In and out. Take that gaze just somewhere out in front of you here. Maybe we go a little bit lower into that squat or lunge. You got it for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring it all the way in. Stand up if you can. Shake it out. All right, we're going to switch it to 1 medium spring. Short box comes on. Short box is coming on. 1 medium spring. So for me, that's going to be a red. I'm going to come kneeling on the carriage. Toes come up onto that platform back there. Come onto your forearms. Try to connect the entire forearm to the box here. Drive those pinkies or your fists into the box, and now finds that slight protraction of the shoulder blades, meaning, right, we're not sinking, the chest is lifting up into the back. Now keep that and just float the knees up. And that's it. Legs are strong, gaze is slightly out in front of you. And can you now think of getting more weight into your fists than your elbows? And even just the thought of that makes me shake. How you doing? Find those inner thighs, even though they're apart. You got 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down. Take a moment. I feel like those are harder than the planks, honestly. All right, moving on. Fists into the mat. Finds that protraction. Strong legs, lift the knees up. This time we go all the way out to that plank. Heels are pushing back. Can you keep the weight into your fists as you slide the box away and then pull the box in? Inhale the box away. Exhale, pull them in. Reach the arms away and pull them in. Legs are solid. They are not moving. Keep lifting up through the base of the ribs. You've got 2. You got this. Last one. Pull the box in, bend the knees, come all the way home. Alrighty, so for the last one here, a little protraction, retraction. So I'll stay right here. So reach the arms out in front of you, just in this upper, or this active kneeling position. And now pull your shoulder blades apart, just like you did when you're in your plank. So that's your protraction. And now squeeze your shoulder blades together. That's retraction. Protraction, shoulder blades pull apart. Retraction, shoulder blades hug your spine. So the shoulder blades are just gliding around the rib cage, right? We're trying not to let them go up and down and around, right? Easier said than done. So we're gonna do that protraction, retraction in the plank. Now, if you're like, girl, this is not what I signed up for today, right? Hold your plank. Do another option, all right? This is your workout. So first, find protraction, fists, root them down, lift the knees up, go all the way out to that plank. From here, carriage stays pretty quiet. Retraction, chest falls down. Protraction, chest falls down and lift back up. Hang in there. You can always come back to bent knees and do this too. I got lots of options for you. All the options. Can't quite talk when I'm doing this. Woo, let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Bend the knees, come all the way in. Oh yeah, we got that other leg to do. Let's do it. 1 light spring. Box to the side of the carriage. Make sure it's flush. Come up standing. Be careful. Light spring. Glue that inside of the foot up against your carriage. All right, find some inner thighs, right? And left toes are pointing forward. When you're ready, you're gonna lunge back and then bring it all the way in. Again, like I said at the beginning, I love to take the first few reps of anything and just have it kind of be the test run, because every day is different, right? Some days we feel like we can climb Mount Everest, and other days you're like, how am I even gonna get out of bed this morning? Anyways. Again, arms can do whatever you like. And as you lunge back, feel like that right hip is lifting up to that bottom rib just a bit and then back in. A lot of times, right, if we're weaker or looser on one side, that hip might go into a little bit of a twist or a drop. So there is a lot of core work here, whether we feel it or not. And feel that strong connection back through the heel and up. Now when you go down for your lunge, you're gonna find that hinge forward and then come all the way up. We hinge forward and come all the way up. Again, arms, right? You can add them. I guess the harder position would be hands behind the head, especially as you hinge forward. I'm just adding in stuff, right? I don't plan this stuff. How you doing? Alrighty. We're gonna go back now. We're gonna hold that lunge with that forward hinge. Maybe you go down a little bit further and then you hinge back up and then you hinge forward and then you come up. So carriage stays quiet, so you're keeping the reach to that back leg. Whew, isn't this insane how much that just fires up that left leg? And you know what all this is your deadlift, your RDLs. Let's do 3. Ribs stay in. And 2. And last one. Now find somewhere in between. You scooter the carriage in and back out. This side, I'm feeling like running arms here. How you doing? Can you go a little bit lower with me? Woo. I might not be able to get back up. Let's do 5. And 4. Oh my. And 3. It's shaking. And 2. And 1. Bring it all the way in. Whew. Okay. Before we do anything else, have a seat on your carriage or your box. Take an ankle over the knee. Oh, I don't even know if I'm flexible enough for that. And then just sit up tall, press down through that bent knee, and now lean to the opposite side. So whatever leg you have up, lean to the other direction, and then back to center. All right, switch sides. Breathe into that stretch, puff up the chest, lean over to the opposite side. I'm hoping it feels like the stretch is deeper when you lean over. All right, so let's switch it now back to your 1 medium spring. Your foot bar is gonna come all the way down. 1 medium spring, that's 1 red for me. Foot bar is down, long box is on. All right, so I'm gonna come onto my stomach here. So I'm about mid-chest, head to the back end of my reformer. Legs are zipped up here in parallel. And I'm gonna think of driving my pubic bone down into the box so my low back stays open. My legs are reaching so far behind me that my thighs could maybe think about hovering off the box. Think is the key word here. Reach up, grab as high as you can on the ropes without moving the carriage. That's where your grip stays for now. All right, find length out through the crown of your head. Your arms stay straight. Pull the arms down and back. This is your pull straps. And then pause here. Feel like you're in the luge, you're being shot out of a cannon, so everything pulls in tight to your center line, and then lower everything all the way down. Again, pull the arms down and back. Hold everything together, create space in your throat, and then lower everything all the way down. Again, we hold 2, 3, and lower everything back down. Now hold here. Everything else stays stable. Can you open, close heel beats here with me? Get those legs razor straight. We're just clicking the heels together if they can connect. For 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Can you find the deepening work? And do that again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Everything lowers down. Switch up your grip now to the ends of your long loops. So you're folding them up kind of like a belt here. Oh yeah, re-energize the legs. This is your pull straps to your T-pull. Arms go out to the side like a letter T. Can you get them up higher than your chest? Open up your wingspan, lead with your pinkies, pull them wide and back. Maybe your chest lifts up just a bit more. Arms lift, chest lowers down. They go out wide to the side. Reach, reach, reach. Out wide to the side. Make sure that pubic bone is down. If the low back is bothering you, just separate the legs. Last one here. We're gonna hold 2, 3, palms stay facing down. They lift up and out wide, and then lower everything down. All right, go ahead and hang up those straps. And then I feel like I need a little side bend in my life. So, short box, we're gonna go back to it. If you're super long, like maybe over 5'6", 5'7", you can place the box in between your shoulder blocks and the pegs. I'm gonna come onto my left hip. My right foot is gonna come underneath that safety strap, okay? So strong flex of that foot here. This leg, you can hook it under. It can be just over here on top. Some people like it here. Whatever tickles your fancy. Left hand, bring it down to the headrest. Opposite hand behind your head. Lift that top foot up and into the strap. Find length out through the crown of the head. And now bend that bottom elbow. Go into that lovely, stretchy side bend. And then straighten that bottom arm. You take it as far as you want. Again, first couple here. This is your tester. This is just seeing where your body's at today. Head is pushing back into that one hand and then back up. Now hold here. Can you take that bottom arm or bottom hand up behind your head? Interlace the webbing of the fingers. We're gonna inhale out and exhale, lift up. Keep pushing the head back. Elbows are wide, so chest is staying open and lifted. Can you keep this top leg super stable? Like you were just going up and over your waistband. We have one more. Now go out and hold it. Get longer, even longer. And then twist towards the well, take your hands to the frame and just go for this yummy, twisty stretch. You can even reach further up on the frame and just kind of gently pull yourself, keeping your right foot flexed. That hopefully should deepen the stretch. All right, let's carefully unpretzel yourself. Let's do the other side. Left foot under. Come onto that right hip. Right hand down. Try to square everything off. So a lot of people, right, we have to think about rolling that top hip forward a bit more. Head to hand connection. Bottom elbow bends. Dip yourself up and over. And then lift yourself back up. This stretch is so lovely. And then back up. Last one here. And now come up to where that bottom arm is straight. Strong left leg or straight leg. Both hands behind your head. Interlace the webbing of the fingers. Push the head into the hands as you go up and over, and then lift back up. Get longer as you go out, and then up. Every side is different. Ooh, this side is way worse today. If you need to, you take the hand down, right? And you just do assisted. Just think of getting light in that bottom hand. Let's do 2. I might need an extra one. Let's do 2. Hang in there with me. Last one here, now hold. Can you just hold out there for just a moment? Hold, hold, and then twist to the well, and then let your head drop. Reach up, give yourself a little pull if that feels good. You can even take your hands to the opposite frame, meaning, so if I'm on my right hip, I'm gonna take my hands to that right frame. All right, unpretzel. Let's come off. Box, we're done with it. Done, done, done. From here, you're gonna place 2 mediums and a light. So for me, that's 2 reds and a blue. Foot bar is gonna come back up, all right? So we're gonna just stand on the carriage for a little bit. We're gonna do some elephant, a little arabesque play, and then we'll come down. So standing on the carriage, feet, I come to this kind of back third area. I'm not very flexible, right? So if you are flexy, heels can come back here. Feet hip socket distance apart. Find equal grounding down through those tripod feet. Hands, let's go to the width of the bar, right? So round through your spine, let your head drop and pull that foot bar apart. So hopefully that elongates the neck. Now you're gonna keep this rounding through your spine and then just shift your weight back a little bit and then shift your weight forward. Now when you go back and forth, the carriage is gonna stay quiet, heels are gonna stay down, and your pubic bone is constantly trying to come towards your navel. And another extra something here. Think of my forearm or my fist being at your upper abdomen. So notice as you come forward, you might feel like, okay, I feel like I'm gonna go into a little bit more of a plank, but I feel more stomach. And then as you come back here, maybe it's just more stretch, right? Kind of just hanging out. So I want you to go to that point forward to where you feel like, I feel some weight into my hands. I feel maybe a little bit of stomach here. You're gonna hold here. Press the carriage back a little bit and then pull it in. Press the carriage back a little bit and pull it in. Tailbone should feel like it's just chasing your heels. This is tiny because it's a super heavy spring. And then keep a strong protraction of the shoulder blades. Good, now go ahead and bring it all the way in. Let's take that light spring off. You now have 2 mediums. Okay, now we'll be able to move the carriage a little bit more. Round into the ribs, shift the weight forward. Remember, my forearm is at your upper abdomen. Press the carriage back and then pull it in. Press the carriage back and pull it in. So notice, right, in order to keep the heels down, you kind of got to work this like flex of the feet. And I'm getting a little stretch there in my calves and my ankles. But also think about that lower abdomen, pulling that carriage in. Last one here. Now shift the weight to where it's more centered between upper and lower half. Still keep the rounding. Straighten your right leg back behind you. Drop your right hip down a little bit so your hips are square. You're gonna keep the rounding through the spine and the arms are gonna stay straight. Press the carriage back and then pull it in. Inhale back, exhale, pull it in. Keep your right leg reaching long. It's not just hanging out there. You got 2 and 1. Bring it all the way in, carriage stays quiet. Place that foot down. Left leg goes back behind you. Square off into the hips. Arms are straight. I feel like that's the hardest part. Press the carriage back and then pull it in. So one of the challenges in here, right, for me personally, is how high can I lift that back leg up, keeping my hips square and my spine rounded, right? Because this wants to happen, right? I want to extend. So it takes a lot of seat connection. You got 3 and 2 and 1. Bring it all the way in. Place the foot down and let's carefully step off. All right, so now we're gonna come to a red, a medium, and a light. All right, so take your 1 medium off and place a light spring on. You have a medium and a light. You're gonna come kneeling on your carriage, facing the back end. Hook your feet around. Your feet or knees, shins, or hip socket distance apart. So without grabbing the straps just yet, I want you to feel this strong connection of your legs here, meaning that foot connection, okay? Just reach the arms out in front of you. Feel like your pubic bone is going forward. And then from here, just give me a little lean back, like 1 inch. And then when you lean forward, I want you to go to the point where you're like, okay, I just felt this kind of kick on to keep me from face planting. All right, flirt with that with me. Little lean back, little lean forward. And if you're looking at me right now, you're seeing like, she ain't moving a whole lot. And I'm not. Because I can feel these legs kicking on. So find just that kind of shaky, scary, nasty forward lean, and just hold here for a second with me. Just fight it and just dig into it. All right, find a little inner thigh connection here. Okay, now reach down, grab onto your long loops. I want you to find this same connection here, okay? Strong grip with your fists. Palms can either be facing in or back to you or in towards one another. All right, find that little lean forward. Keep that lean. Then pull the arms down and back and pause. Chest expansion, but also kind of a static hamstring curl. Just hold, 2, 3, and then slowly release the arms. Again, pull the arms down and back. Keep the pubic bone forward. Arms are razor straight, and then slowly release the arms. It is a lot of lower half. A lot of times, right, we want to lean back here, right? It's almost like you're going forward as the arms come back. And hold, 2, 3. Slowly release the arms. Whew. 2 more. You got this. Down and back. Feel the fist punch down as the ribs lift up. Now hold this connection. Excuse me, turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to center, and then slowly release the arms. Last one here. Pull the arms down and back. Pause. Can you find just a little bit more external rotation of those upper arm bones? Woo, I'm feeling this today. Turn your head to the left this time. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to center, and then slowly release. Alrighty. Wow, I really felt my legs on that one. I hope you did too. So let's go 2 mediums and 1 blue, or 2 mediums and 1 light. So that's 3 springs total. Walk your knees up to the shoulder blocks. They are still hip socket distance apart. You're gonna choke up a little bit here. All right, so it's a heavy spring. It's for support, but also back of the legs as well. So find a press down through the shins and the tops of the feet. Arms are gonna stay straight. Pubic bone, once again, is going slightly forward. Keep this flat back posture. You're gonna hinge back, go back, go back. When you don't wanna go any further, you push into the shins, just lift yourself back up. Okay, go back, it's your thigh stretch. And then come all the way back up. Think of this as an actual hamstring curl. So we are engaging the back of the legs to open up the front legs, front part of the thigh. If you'd like, on your way back there, you can roll that chest open, find a little heart opening extension, losing my words, nod your chin to come out of it and just roll yourself back up. 2 more here. Find your inner thighs, press down through your feet, roll the chest open if that's for you. You're gonna nod your chin, kind of Britney Spears, roll yourself out of it. Last one like this. You can keep holding that flat back hinge, right? No worries. And then lift yourself all the way up. All right, go ahead and hang up your straps. I'm gonna turn and face you here. You can still keep facing that way. So once again, shins, hip socket distance apart. Find that kind of lift of the hip bones up, the lengthening of the tailbone down, interlace the webbing of the fingers. Hands go behind the base of your skull. Feel that tractioning of the spine up, but the drawing of the shoulder blades down. Now side bend up and over to the right. Feel that left elbow lift up to the ceiling, and then come back up through center. Legs stay engaged. Up and over to the left. Lift the ribs and then come back to center. Up and over to the right. Equal push down through your shins and then back up through center. Last one here. Up and over. Keep that chest open and then come back up. Now keep the hips square as we twist to the left. As you twist, we lift, 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 and come back through center. Head pushes back as we twist to the right. We lift, 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 come back through center. The reason why I say those lift, lift, lifts is a lot of times, right, we just go and then we spring back, right? Make yourself go there and hold it there and fight for that extra inch and then back to center. We can always go further than what we initially thought. And then square yourself off. And you are done. I had a lot of fun with you guys today. Nice work.